So the more that I learn about this guy, Clavicular, he reminds me so much of Warhammer's own Luxmaxer, Lucius the Eternal, and I figured today we would talk about Lucius, so let's get into it. Lucius is a member of the Emperor's Children Legion, and he is also a champion of Slaanesh. This is what he looks like now in the present 40k timeline. But several millennia ago, this is what Lucius looked like. Lucius was a champion swordsman in the Emperor's Children, and throughout the Great Crusade and later in the Heresy, he was obsessed with perfecting the art of melee-based combat, specifically with a sword. He was so good at combat, he got promoted several times, and at one point, his legion just started making fun of him because he was such a pretty boy. So this is kind of when the ritual scarification shit comes in. So at some point during the heresy, Gavriel Loken breaks Buddy Boy's sternum and he feels super humiliated. So after each of his successive victories in combat after this, he just starts scarring himself up, Clavicular has a tiny hammer, Lucius has a sword. But during this time, of course, the dark gods kind of start speaking to people, and Slaanesh has a real soft spot in his heart for Lucius, so to speak. Lucius's armor and sword become such that if anyone tries to defeat him, they become him. Let me just break this down. So let's say, for example, Lucius is on a tomb world fighting some Necrons, and a Necron lord fatally wounds him, right? We think that's what's happening, but then ba-bam. Someday, Lucius is just gonna wake up on a random tomb world feeling a little bit hungover because the guy that defeated him just turns into Lucius. Lucius cannot die. And you'd think, man, that can't be good for this gentleman's mental health. It super duper isn't. So every time Lucius wakes up, kind of hungover, whatever, he needs some powerful drugs to get him going. The backpack up here is full of every horrible, hard drug known to mankind and beyond, and he's just constantly shot up with drugs, much like Clavicular. The comparisons are unending. Lucius's current storyline in the Indominus Crusade era is basically he is an addict. He would love to leave this life behind. He would like to just fucking die. But he can't because he's got magical armor and a sword from Slaanesh where he can die, but then he'll